Chaz Chunder and his heroic hamsters. Last week we left Chaz in a perilous position, facing hundreds of the Emperor's army of the undead, armed with only a broken elastic band, 2 used oranges, and a piece of lint he's just found in his pocket. As his brain tires, it's surely only a matter of time before it's sucked out and dined on by the starving hordes.
Stand fast, you mouldering and slightly smelly soldiers. I am the great Chaz Chunder, all-round top piece of beefcake and Southern Housewife's choice for the perfect date. I warn you, unless you desist, I'll be forced to... Oh! If you keep trying to suck my brain, I won't be held responsible. Ow! Right then, who just bit me on the bottom? Ow! I know it's pretty tasty, but this is ridiculous. Ow! And why is there so much pain?
Suddenly, the heroic hamsters arrive on the scene, demonstrating impressive ninja moves in a futile attempt to intimidate the undead army. Could it be that for once the hamsters are too late and Chaz is doomed? Or maybe a cool dwarf and an odd-looking boy can save the day?
Right, Nipper. Chaz is overrun by the undead. We need to attempt a rescue now. That tiny brain's not going to take a lot of eating. But there's too many of them, ma'am. We'll never get to him in time. You're right, Nipper. We need a distraction. Someone we can afford to lose. John, go over there and flaunt your juicy brain at the undead attacking Chaz. Hopefully a goodly number will give chase and possibly start to dine on you. We can then attempt to remove Chaz and...
Hang on a sec.
What are you waiting for? Every second counts.
Well, I just think we need to discuss this first.
I think it's a good plan, John.
Not you as well, Eric.
But there might be another way. I reckon I could use a bit of the old transmog and turn all the undead into, say, vegetables.
Wow, that's impressive, Eric.
Dennis, you're back.
Yes, I was having great fun with the hound dogs, but thought you might need me. I left them chasing their own tails. Be happy for hours.
Thanks, Dennis, but I think I've got it covered.
Well, I, for one, have never heard such tosh. No one can transform on that scale.
Oh, come on, Carruthers. Give the fellow a chance. Absolutely. Well said, Charlie. I believe this Eric chappie might have it in him. I'm with Thorny. Are you, Charlie? Are you really? I am, Thorny. You know, I believe you are, Charlie.
Sorry to interrupt, but Chaz, tiny brain in serious danger of zombie teeth mark. Right. Go on then, Eric. Impress us.
Okay then, just get the old transmog flowing. Oh, which vegetable shall I go for?
Cauliflower. No. Aubergine. No, parsnip.
No. Broccoli.
Broccoli? Are you sure, Eric?
I like a challenge, and I've been practicing. Here we go then.
Good luck, Eric. Hey, do you say, like a special word, like abracadabra or alakazam before casting your transmog?
No, not really, but I can do if you want. And... get in there!
I don't believe it. The undead have all become pieces of broccoli. And what's more, they all seem very fresh. I've never seen anything like it. Are you some kind of magical savant?
I could be, I suppose, if I knew what it meant.
Word of the week, savant. Master, expert, genius of an intellectual skill level above most. Educational or what?
That was handy, but no, that doesn't sound like me.
Quick, Thorny. Chaz is suffocating under a mound of zombie broccoli. Tally-ho! I'm with you, Charlie. Tally-ho! After you, old boy. No, after you. Now, Thorny, we've been through this before.
Oh, for heaven's sake, move chaps now!
Squeak!
Squeak!
And with that, the hamsters were on their way. Hello there, and welcome to another exciting episode of Eric the Dwarf. Straight in with the action this week and no messing. Gosh, but that was exciting. But a moment now to gather our collective breaths while the unfortunate Chaz is removed from his vegetable prison. Breathe in, hold for 3, Breathe out. Breathe in. Oh, yes, we actors have to learn all sorts of mantras in order to stay calm before the big performance and find our inner selves. Tai Chi, Fen Shubi-Dooby-Doo, Chow Mein, number 36 with rice. I'm an expert in all. I think it was Sir Larry that first got me into it. Dear boy, he said, handing me the menu. What? Yes, breathe out. Yes, you have gone rather a funny colour. It's probably because you haven't had the proper training. A poor workman always blames his tools. Anyway, I hope we're all relaxed again and ready for more action-packed adventures. While they waited for Chaz to return, John had a question for Eric.
Eric?
Yes, John.
I was just wondering, all this transmogrification and transforming you do, ever thought of creating something useful like footballs, licorice, spoons, or maybe even gold coins?
What an odd idea. Typical Ooman. Where would the challenge be in that?
Eric's right, John. Vegetables are as tough as it gets, and broccoli is the hardest. The nirvana of vegetable transformation. Put it this way, it's as hard to transform as it is to eat.
Wow, I didn't realise.
That was incredible, Eric. There could be something in that savant thing. Now we know what it means.
The dog's right. You've made me eat my words, little dwarf. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes...
Oh, stop it. Unless of the little, I'll have you know.
Here comes Chaz. Ooh, he's looking a bit peaky.
I'm fine, hamsters. I am the great Chaz Chunder, the hero everyone wants to be. An all-round hunker-doodle-doo. It was all under control. You forget the piece of lint I had in my pocket. I was just about to use that against the undead when the fiends turned themselves into broccoli. Faced with an even greater peril, luckily I still had my elastic band, wrapping it around the fingers of my right hand.
Chaz!
What?
Shut up.
Hey?
Mum's right, Chaz. Eric saved your bacon, not an elastic bang. Say thank you.
Chaz Chunder does not say thank you, especially to a stupid tiny dwarf wearing white wellies.
These are gardenium boots, sunshine. Not that you'd know anything about fashion. What with your underpants outside your strides?
How dare you? This is what all the best superheroes are wearing these days. Apologise at once.
No chance. By the way, your underpants are saggy.
What? 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 Why, you just wait. How dare! I'm going to cry. Eric's right. My underpants are saggy. I'm such a useless hero. I can't do anything right. I didn't want to do this, you know. I wanted to be a baker and make brilliant bread and pulsating pastries. But no, I had to follow in my father's footsteps, the great Charles Chunder. Do you know what it's like having a father who many think was the greatest hero in the world? Ever? It's a lot of pressure, I can tell you. Especially when you're as useless as me.
Oh, good grief. Get a grip, man. Oh, Chaz. Look at me, Chaz. No, further down. And again. There you go. Chaz, we all know you're doing your best. And that's all anyone can ask, you know. Okay, so occasionally things go a bit pear-shaped, but it all works out in the end. Good triumph again, didn't it?
Suppose so.
And that's what's important, not who did what or who messed up where.
Okay, I guess.
So just say thank you to Eric, and then you can go and make us all some macaroons.
Thank you.
Sorry, Chaz, I didn't quite hear that.
Thank you, Eric, for your help. Does that mean I have to make him macaroons as well?
No, you're fine. If your baking's anything like your heroing, then... with 6 bananas stuffed down the front of his trousers. Blimey, what happened then?
Sorry, everyone. I nodded off for a minute and sat on the remote.
I reckon that was one of my wittiest comments ever. Run it back so I can hear what I said.
Do I have to? This is all getting rather tedious. I've never been a fan of this chundering nonsense at the best of times, and it's now a hit an all-time low with your involvement.
What's going on? Who are you talking to, Dwarf? What fiendish plot is unfolding here?
George, can you hit the pause button a minute?
Okie dokie.
Hit the pause button? What on earth
There you go.
Why did you do that, Eric?
I need to think. The thing is, do we tell them the truth? That they are cartoon characters in a TV programme, or do I make something up? I mean, I'd love to see Jazz's face when he found out, but I'm not sure I should.
I'm not certain it's our place, Eric.
That's the problem, Dennis. It's all gone a bit human.
What do you mean?
Well, you know, when you humans lie because you think it's for the best, we dwarfs normally just say it as it is. But I seem on this occasion to be having a bit of a dilemma. How odd. How human.
Sorry to interrupt, but I thought you should know. John's family have arrived home and will be entering the sitting room in approximately 10 seconds.
What? George, you were meant to warn us.
Consider this your warning.
Oh, yes, indeed. Yet another perilous position for our intrepid heroes. You see, the Jessop family had returned early from their shopping expedition after a difference of opinion between Abby and her mother. They had picked Abby up straight from school, and things had been going well, and exciting purchases made by all, until the family had entered a well-known ladies' boutique. There, Abby had taken a particular shine to a skirt in the sales. Her mother had chosen to pass comment on said skirt, pointing out how little it left, in her opinion, to the imagination, and that no daughter of hers would be seen going out dressed like that. Abby had riposted with perhaps slightly ill-conceived comments concerning her mother's age, and the fact, in her opinion, that Mum wouldn't know fashion if it hit her over the head with a tennis racket. Looking back, Dad's attempt to placate affairs, stating the colour was nice, but could see how it might be a little draughty of a winter's evening, didn't help proceedings. So, that was the end of that, and a frosty car journey home ensued. Again, Dab's attempt to lighten the mood with renditions of Fred Taplock classics, including If I Called You Chicken, Would You Run Away or Cluck? The Risque, My Underwear's on Backwards and I Like It. The playful Yowza for the Trouser, and the poorly chosen You Skirt with Danger in That Dangerous Skirt, only dampened the mood further. And now, here they were, about to discover their son or brother inside the TV. What a day!
Quick, George, do something. Distract them. They can't look at the telly.
You what?
Well, it's not fair. I'm old enough now to choose what I wear.
I'm sorry, Abby, but you clearly proved this afternoon that you're not.
Who fancies a cup of tea then?
Mum, you just don't understand what's going on in the real world.
I understand very well, young lady, which is why we weren't buying that skirt.
I'll put the kettle on then, shall I?
Right. Okay, then Mum, you can choose all my clothes from now on. All my friends will think I look rubbish and laugh at me behind my back, but at least you'll be happy.
Don't be silly, and anyone laughing behind your back isn't worth calling a friend.
Tea it is then. And Chocky Bix?
The only one that understands me in this house is George. Isn't that right, Georgie?
Oh, good grief. Don't bring me into this.
We're going to run away together, aren't we, Georgie?
Frankly, I can't think of anything I'd rather do less. Teenagers don't really agree with me.
See? He thinks his house is hopeless too. Look, John's even left the telly on again.
What's that on the screen? It looks just like...
Right then. Dad, go and make that flippin' tea now.
I'll go and make that flippin' tea.
Mum and Abby, look at me.
Look at George. What's he doing?
You lot are really going to owe me, Dwarf. Uppity ooh, uppity ooh, uppity ooh, uppity ooh.
What is he doing?
I think he's having some kind of fit.
Uppity ooh. This is my happy dance. And this, I'm afraid, is the best you're going to get from someone as naturally miserable as myself. Uppity ooh. And any time you're ready, you three. Uppity ooh.
But we're enjoying the dance. It's certainly unusual. How'd you manage to send your limbs in so many directions at once?
Get a shift on now.
Okay, George, keep your whiskers on.
Okay, I'm through.
Get ready now.
Oh, Dennis! Oh, there you two are. Where have you been?
Oh, we just nipped out to the shops.
You know, I've no idea why I'm barking. Still.
We're a bit worried about George. He was just acting very peculiar.
You're worried. I've just humiliated myself helping others. There's something seriously wrong with me, I can tell you.
What were you watching, John? Some baby fairy story?
Hey?
Well, what's that on the telly? A cartoon dwarf?
You can see him.
What do you mean?
Is this a new TV programme, John?
What? Oh, yeah, it's called Eric the Dwarf, and it's really funny.
It sounds boring to me. I mean, what's funny about stupid dwarf? I mean, hey, what did that dwarf just do? Mum, John's watching something inappropriate.
I'll turn it off. There. So, how did the shopping go?
Well, Mum wouldn't let me choose anything.
That's not true.
Tea all round.
We don't want tea.
But I thought...
I wanted that skirt.
Call that a skirt?
So what am I doing with all this tea?
Your daughter wants to go out of the house naked and you're worrying about tea?
Oh, well played, young Jessop. Nicely deflected.
I know. Skill. Pure skill. Years of practice, you know.
You see, you humans could teach us all a thing or two. Out of interest, what would you have done? Read Chaz and the Hamsters?
No idea, I'm afraid.
Thanks for that. Yeah, very useful. The hamsters are going to be confused with us leaving quickly like that, but I'm sure it'll be okay. Chaz will soon be back to his blundering best.
Right, that's it. I'm going to my room. Come on, George.
Eh? No, put me down. I was comfy where I was. Help. I'm being catnapped by a deranged teenager.
And so we leave John and the family settling down for the evening and go to that... Now, you two, don't start arguing as well. Right, both of you, stop it now. I've got enough to worry about without you two squabbling. What's going on? I don't care who started what. It's to stop now. We've got loads more story to do yet, and we can't waste time with this childish nonsense. Is that right, Mr. Sound Engineer? You answered your mobile phone during the last scene and nearly missed a sound effect? And was it important? I don't know. Dangerous things, these mobile phones, especially in the hands of adults. Teenagers now, they understand them. They know how important they are, what make, what size, what colour, all crucial to the stability and order of the world as we know it. And when you finally got that sorted, you need to look at all those vital functions and applications, or apps, as we hipsters call them. You know, telling the time simultaneously in 65 countries, recreating the noises made by various bodily functions, frying an egg. You know, there's so much to sort with a mobile phone now. It's a wonder anyone ever has any time to make a phone call. But teenagers understand all this and maturely and sensibly handle the responsibility. It's adults that shouldn't be allowed near them.
Gadzooks! That's another episode over, but never fear, chums. Eric the Dwarf will be back on your airwaves soon.